I do want to raise on a more positive note, again, something I worked closely with the chairman on, and actually worked with your predecessor on, and was very proud of that relationship. I disagreed with Secretary Mnuchin on a lot of things, but I found a lot of things to agree with him on. And one was a relatively narrow part of the financial sector called Community Development Financial Institutions, CDFIs. Under the previous Trump administration, we put about $12 billion in. This serves access to capital for underserved communities. Under Senator Crapo's leadership, we built a bipartisan CDFI caucus, 12 Ds, 12 Rs. It's tough to get 24 bipartisan senators to agree on anything. It's kind of low-hanging fruit. There are things we can do to continue to expand this area, creating a secondary market. We've got some bipartisan legislation there, trying to reward patient capital. A lot of these institutions now have tier one equity, but they've got to get patient capital. And again, Senator Crapo and I have worked with the current administration, would want to work with yours on something called the Economic Opportunity Coalition. But can you say a word or two about how you view CDFIs and this making sure that underserved communities get the access to capital so they can have their own American dream, how that fits into your lexicon?
Senator Warner, I enjoyed talking to you about CDFIs in your office. The early part of my career was as a financial services analyst, so I have a depth and breadth, and I believe that the breadth of the U.S. financial services industry is what makes the U.S. economy, differentiates the U.S. economy from the rest of the world. And I think the addition of these CDFIs into underserved communities are very important.
Well, I appreciate that. And again, it's bipartisan. And there are, again, you understand markets well. If we could spark a secondary market in this debt, if we could leverage, and I'm talking about private capital, and I know that's what my colleagues like a lot, private capital, but we can leverage it exponentially.